He's trying to distract from the fact that his wife's a man, right?
Yeah.
Bro,
I like that. No, it's
that is the wildest one I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And the fact that Candace Owen is like, I stake my reputation on this.
God.
Like, are you fucking sure?
Yeah. Is this where you want to go? Is this how you want to be known?
I'm so confused by that one.
Oh God.
I've tried to look into that one. I really have, and to my own embarrassment, I've looked into it.
Yeah.
My point is like, this woman that he's married to, even
I can't believe it.
even if it's a man.
Yeah.
The real problem is they had a relationship when Macron was 15
Yeah.
and she was 39. That by itself is wild.
Yeah.
Because if it was the opposite, if it was a 39-year-old man who was a teacher and a 15-year-old girl who was a student, this would be horrific. Everybody would be up in arms.
Well, the greatest line about that is, what was his name? Berlusconi, right? The old Italian prime minister. Someone asked him what he thought of Macron's wife, and he says, well, he's got a good-looking mom, doesn't he? So, anyway.
Was this the guy?
Well, no, so I did a little research
Ukrainian
on this.
MP?
This is the story that came out was this
Right.
this guy bought this super dope.
He looks like a dude to be
electric
driving
Rolls
around a
Royce.
Rolls Royce. Look
he
at
does.
him.
He
So
does.
the story is he's a super rich guy, has a bunch of dope cars, but I found they post on 9gag, which is like
many dope cars.
they found the VIN number, and the VIN number is to a car from last year. So I don't know that it makes. Maybe that makes sense. That
What do you mean?
This is the plate. The plate
okay.
number is to a car from last year, and this story was saying that it's for a brand new car. It's the
Yeah, but those are hard to get.
the first electric Spectre. And
Yeah. But those are hard to get. Like, there's 2023s that are for sale right now. Like, you don't. It's like when I got if you go looking for one, like I got a Nissan, a GTR, I had to get a 2023. 2024s weren't available.
Right. Yeah.
Like when I got it.
So that could
Even
be, yeah.
like you get a Nismo. So
And
it's,
also-
it's if you get one of those Rolls-Royce Spectrums, those are fucking hard to get, dude. And a brand new one that's a 2023 with 0 miles on it could be what you're buying new.
And I'll tell you one thing. This guy could have, he could have carved this money out corruptly from a variety of sources over the years, right? So
This is a lot
of
ways to make the money.
yeah. That's
Bottom line is, I get bitches with me car. Look at this car.
That's a really
This
good
is-
accent.
people say
That's
this
a very
is-
good accent.
This
You know,
is basically your house.
with the
No,
right
this is multiple of your house.
with the right disguise, you could walk the
Yes.
streets of Ukraine.
I can be
Yeah.
Ukrainian
Yeah.
wrestler.
Absolutely.
Give me a cauliflower ear. I walk around like I'm in a hunch, like I'm ready to shoot a double.
like hearing a hunch. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that there's definitely a lot of corruption over there, and to deny
Sure.
that,
Yeah.
I'm sure you saw that one thing where Candace Owen was going back and forth with the New York Times when they were saying, "What evidence do you have of Ukraine being corrupt?" She's like, "Oh, you mean your fucking newspaper, stupid?"
Yeah,
and she
yeah.
sent them these different articles about the rampant corruption in Ukraine.
It's decades, right?
It's always
And we've known
existed.
that. And we've known
Yeah.
that. But anywhere you've got vast sums of money coming in for a variety of reasons, which is, again, why I'm always astounded when people say, oh, there's no way that the three top leaders of Hamas are worth $11 billion collectively. I thought, okay, well, even if it take a tenth of that, and you think about these guys running Hamas, which supposedly, I mean, they've been governing since, 2007, 2006, supposedly for the benefit of the Palestinian people, and they're sitting on billions of dollars, and you think, and so that's why, fuck Hamas, and I understand the Israeli perspective, which is we can't allow them to retain control. I get that, right? I understand that operational perspective, right? The problem is that you're not going to win the narrative. You're not going to win what's happening on the international stage. And sometimes the Israeli government can act like they don't understand how public relations plays out. Right? I mean, this like, look at the past couple of days, what's happened. So Hamas wasn't going to accept a ceasefire. Hamas has turned down opportunities for a ceasefire, right? They just, and then they say, okay, the other day, 48 hours ago, whatever, they said, we're going to walk away from the negotiating table. Fuck that, right? Knowing, knowing that Israel is ready to do some, limited operations in Rafah. So, because they're not stupid, they've got a very good intelligence network, right? And they've got a lot of, and so they understand what Israel's about to do, right? They say, we're walking away from the negotiating table. Israel says, okay, fine. Everybody, evacuate Eastern Rafah. We're going to engage in some targeted strikes against Hamas targets that we've identified. Hamas turns around shortly thereafter and says, we accept a peace proposal, a ceasefire proposal from Egypt and Qatar, right? So look at us. We're accepting a ceasefire proposal. And Israel's moving on Rafah, right? That's on one hand, that's a brilliant communication strategy, right? Now you've won the day on the international stage. And exactly what they knew would happen. Just like what they knew would happen after the 7 October strikes. They knew what was going to happen. They knew that civilians were going to die, right? They understood that. And again, everybody's got their own opinion. Minus Hamas doesn't give a shit about dead Palestinians. In fact, that's their currency. That's how they work the game. And so they understood what was going to happen. Israel was in a bind. They got to respond. They're in an urban environment. It is fucked up, right?